as I said from the beginning, my viewpoint when it comes to somebody like, Matt Taibbi is that you don't have to like him. You don't have to like Elon Musk. But what I asked of everybody, quite simply, is this: is the information that was presented the truth?
Right. Stop worrying about how it got there. Why can we stop worrying about how things get to it? Like, let's look at facts as facts. And Metalopoly, check out the clip. We did cover the idea that where Russell Brand went off basically saying, yeah, MSNBC and Fox is equally propaganda. It's all propaganda. We've talked about this many times. I think it's all a bunch of crap. It's all oligarch, corporate owned, and none of it is about getting you the information you need. It's all about making more and more profit. That's it. That's all that they're there to do. The only difference with Twitter is we actually can put information on it as well, but it's all the same difference. So no, they're equally bad. Both things can be true. I can dislike Debbie and I can dislike Elon Musk, both at the same time. It's very possible.
I don't consider that to be the left.
Yeah.
Anybody who is,
that's not the left.
Who is anybody, and again, this goes to Emma Vigeland, this goes to TYT, this goes to Sam Cedar, who is a friend, this goes to Mike Figueredo, who I had a conversation with privately. It's not a question of whether or not Debbie Wassermen Schultz is right about anything. She had no business at all questioning anybody about anything related to integrity or honesty. She is a crooked representative who is one of the biggest committers of insider trading on Capitol Hill. She shouldn't be in Congress. Frankly, she probably should be in prison, if we're being honest. If we lived in a just system, that would be the case, but we don't. And so the fact that there are people out there wanting to give her credit for anything, I don't give a damn what it is. She has no business on any committee. She should be banned from them as long as she's there, and she shouldn't be in Congress, point blank, period. That's the bottom line. You want to say that somebody else who asked Matt Taibbi a question was worthy of criticism and that they had a right to say that, hey, man, you're presenting factual information, but it's biased information, and you're presenting things in a dishonest light. Hey, you know what? That's perfectly fine. And, you can have an argument to be made there. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Matt knew what he was getting himself into. He knew that the information that was going to be presented was going to basically show the Democratic Party in collusion with big tech, which is not a stretch. We basically know that that's the way things work.
I don't understand how they're acting like this is anything that, to be honest with you, even though it's like, yeah, I get that technically it's news. It's not really news to me. Like I feel like
it's not. And this whole idea of Debbie was owning him on what? Because he happened to get triple the amount. Let me tell you something.
She was a rude, vile bitch to him unnecessarily. And then the fact that she's criticizing him for making money for doing his job when she makes money, not just for doing her job, but from other people outside of the people from her job on doing her job.
And let me tell you, Mike Figueredo is definitely, of all the people that sided with Debbie, and he did it in a very trepidatious kind of way. He didn't really side with her. He kind of made her, look like she wasn't as vile as she was, pulling the whole, a broken clock is right twice a day type of situation. I do not believe in calling people out publicly. I think that that's wrong. And I especially don't like people who try to do it for chasing clout points on social media. But the conversation I had with Mike, he definitely understands where I'm coming from, and I understand where he's coming from. He has a lot of issues with Elon Musk. He has a lot of issues with what is permitted on social media. He is a member of the LGBT community. He feels that they are wrongfully targeted, which they are. And of course, they're targeted because they're a political pawn, and they're a political pawn for opportunistic grifters like Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles, who do not give a damn about what happens to these people. They could care less if they get hurt. They could care less if they get killed, because for them, their bottom line is growing by the day. Now, is Matt Taibbi's bottom line, has that grown as a result of releasing the Twitter files? Yes, it has. But I ask you again, and this is what's most important, and whether or not people who follow our show, like Dirtbag Leftist, has his opinion about whether or not the information that's being presented is slanted, or if not all of the information is provided. Again, here's the bottom line. Is any of the information untrue? Is it disinformation? That's all that matters. If it's true, and we know that the government...
But it's cherry picked. No. But he cherry picked it.
Double K, we're tired of the right-wing lies as well. And for those people who want to know who the right-wingers are in our government, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It doesn't get more right-wing corporate corrupt than Debbie Wassermen Schultz, and it doesn't matter what party she's in. What matters is she is the embodiment of what we're fighting against. There should never be a moment's peace for that person, and there should never be a moment where anybody has anything positive to say about her. If anything, you could have highlighted every other member of the Democratic Party that was on that committee and say, I like what she said, I like what he said, blah, 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 but I'm never, ever giving Wassermen Schultz credit for anything. That is the proper response. And for anyone who responded in a fashion that is anything other than that, then to me, you're not seeing this clearly enough. You don't have to like
I just think we should all be offended that he was even called there to answer any of these questions in the first place. Where the hell did they get off bringing in a journalist and questioning him for making money and asking him who his sources are? Like, I'm telling you, maybe we should send a copy to Debbie. Maybe we should send a copy to her. I mean, I don't know what she studied in school. I really don't. But clearly this was not on the list of things that she's read. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.